So, as I told you on the initial press conference, this is a long process to obtain information. So we started working inward, working outward, and that involving people who were employed at that facility. So one of the individuals that came to our attention was Mr. Sutherland. So as we went through that process, he was detained yesterday and brought into the Phoenix Police Department headquarters for processing. And based upon a court order, we were able to obtain DNA samples, DNA evidence from him, which was compared to that of the baby. And that's when the crime laboratory scientists confirmed that in fact, that he was the suspect in this case.
You mentioned that he was brought to your attention. How? Did people maybe point out maybe something happened?
Through the course of the investigation, he was an individual that was identified as a person who possibly had access to the victim in this case.
Was he currently caring for the victim?
When the incident occurred, he was responsible for care of that victim.
Are you looking into whether he may have assaulted this victim multiple times or any other patient at the facility?
Again, this investigation is ongoing. That would be one of our concerns, is were there other victims or how many times this occurred. We may not know how many times this occurred. And I will tell you something that as an investigator, as a member of our community, that I look at as important is this was an employee rather than a stranger who made his way into the facility. This individual had access and actually was employed there.
Was he arrested at the facility or at his home? Was he currently working at the time that we detained him?
It's my understanding that he was not working at the time that we contacted him and obtained that evidence. But I don't know for certain if he's still at that facility. I think he's still employed there, or was.
Do you think he was acting alone?
We have no indications that there were other people involved, but again, this is an ongoing investigation.
To be clear, DNA samples?
You know, I don't know the specific number. I don't know that. Yesterday was the first day we obtained samples from him.
Do you know if he has worked at other facilities like this one in the past?
I don't know his work history. And again, we're reaching out to the community to have anyone that has information to contact us so that we can follow up. Again, still an ongoing investigation.
Why did it take so long to obtain the DNA sample? I know you had to go through the proper court orders and all of that, but were you getting samples from other people? Was he not high on the list? Why did it take so long?
We were continuing through the process, and again, it's a significant amount of time required to identify people who were employed by the facility, to then contact those people, to bring them in to obtain DNA samples from them. So it's quite a process.
That sample, I mean, he gave it willingly, or was there, any type of discussion on his end where he was refusing, knowing that he would be caught?
The information I have is that he gave the sample after after he found out that we did have a court order compelling him to provide that evidence.
So you mentioned that you found Mr. Sutherland because he was around, he worked with the patient around the time that she may have gotten pregnant. When was that?
Well, we think this baby was full term or very close to it. So if you just backtrack, Cameron, backwards 9 months from December the 29th, we believe it occurred during that time that he was working there.
Is Mr. Sutherland being cooperative? I mean, after he was arrested, did he make any statements about this?
Mr. Sutherland invoked his Fifth Amendment rights and did not participate in an interview.